The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. What's going on, guys? Eric Sablon here with Burnt Phone Marketing. And I know it's been a minute, but it's because I've been stacking a bunch of really good talent. And I'm super excited today because I have a guy that I met in one of my network marketing companies. And I always kind of looked up to him like, wow, this guy's super legit. He's always got a bunch of stuff going on. He's mindset and success and winning. And he's just got a bunch of accomplishments underneath his belt. He's an associate broker at EXP. He was a DOD contractor, entrepreneur, international speaker, real estate investor. He's actually, guys, he's going to drop something pretty awesome. I just found this out. He's going to drop a book offer. It's all not done. Think about this, imperfect action. Like, we're promoting the book and the book is almost ready. It's ready, but the links aren't ready. So we're going to talk about that. He's former military. He's been in the Army. So thank you for your service. He was born and raised in New York City, and right now he lives in Colorado Springs with his daughter. And I'm just super excited to have him on because he's going to drop some knowledge on success, winning big, and continuing to drive what he's doing and how he's going. So, Andrew, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, you said some great things about me, but I think, I've always looked up to you. I watch you, right? I've watched the group of friends that we created when we were in that network marketing company, and whether we still stay in touch every day or not, we all kind of built something there that we could, say we're proud of. So I'm excited. Appreciate you having me on.
Man, I'm super excited because there's so many people out there that are doing a lot of the things that you're doing. But what I found is like you really found a way to, win big and stay success, and then use the mindset that you have. And I mean, you just told me the guy just bought all of Tony Robbins stuff. Like, so I actually want to interview him a year from now to see the transformation, the changes that the Tony Robbins events have done for you. So a little bit of, if you can just start a little bit about your backstory and what got you into entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I mean, I was about 8 years into the Army, right? And I love what I did, but I didn't love what I did. Like, there was like a love-hate relationship, right? I was passionate about the guys and the women I worked with, but I wasn't fulfilled by the mission anymore. I never saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And as we can see, all the BS that just happened, there really was no light, right? It was just kind of just sending men and women over there. And it was just, there was no end, right? Until it was just cut off, right? So I kind of saw that and I was like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. And then we found our, which was at the time was an amazing travel company. Someone sat me down, invited me out. It was this cute girl and she got me to this place and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll sign up, $300-400, whatever. And then I was like, well, what do I got to do to win? Right. And I think at first it was, trying to show like significance. I want to be significant to them. Right. I wanted to be like, okay, if you can win, I can win. But then it became like, man, I like this, right? I like entrepreneurship. I like building some type of business that I feel like sometimes, for the most part, I could call my own. Right. But so I got into that, and then, things start happening when you start getting around different people, different opportunities start popping up, a lot of BS, but there's a lot of really cool ones too, right? Like real estate investing, crypto investing, Forex trading. I mean, there's just so much stuff that starts popping up, and you do have to sift through the BS, but that's where my wheels started getting turning, my first network marketing company. So
It's all
yeah.
about the people that you're surrounding yourself. And you always talk about, you're the average of 5 people. But one thing that I've noticed in network marketing is you do have to sift through all the BS, but the opportunities get dropped in your lap. Like you get to see different things from a different perspective because you're surrounded by people that want a little bit more. Again, like you said, you really have to like decipher which one's like the one and which one's not the one, but you get surrounded with those people. And a lot of the network marketing friends that I have, super successful. And the one thing that's cool about network marketing is they'll reach out to you, they'll help you, they'll stay connected. Like we met at like 2 events and
Yeah.
we're connected still. And it's a
Yep.
big deal. So it's important to keep those relationships super, super close.
Yeah. I mean, network marketing. I never like the people that like friends and family or people that always talk down on it, because they didn't know shit. And sorry for my language, I
Oh,
don't know
you're
if I'm
good.
allowed
You're
to cuss
good.
on this thing, but they just don't know shit. And there's a lot of people making some big money, right? And they're like, oh, only the people at the top make the money. No, there's just people that work their butts off and follow the systems, created systems to get them there. Everybody else just kind of treated it like a hobby, right? So so I like it. It got my wheels turning for sure.
Well, I'm gonna jump in on a kind of go a little bit off script because
Yeah.
a lot of people talk about friends and family. They talk about like those are the naysayers, the crab pot people. But I like what you said about there's people that are making good money in network marketing. What would you say to a guy that's like, what? And I'm sure you said it before. You know what? Only statistics show that only 2% of network marketers actually really make money. What would you say to a guy that says that, or a gal?
Well, the top 1%, the top 1% in the world are the richest people in the world, whether they do network marketing, sell cars, sell real estate, whatever. There's somebody always at the top, right? It's because they work their butts off, whatever. Every guy and girl has the ability to go and be one of those people. It's just how bad do you freaking want it? Like I want to be top 1% in the nation for real estate. I want our team to be in the top 1%, so what do I have to do? I have to make sacrifices. I have to go create these systems or find systems that work for other people and implement into our business. So it's just all about will, sacrifice, and, like you said at the beginning, that winning mentality, whether you get knocked down, you just have to get back up.
Yeah, that's a big thing. And I think, and one thing that I'd say is like, you learned a lot of this in the military, which is cool. So you took the military framework, you took the network marketing framework, and now you've transitioned into creating an amazing team in your real estate team. So like, what would you say was the biggest nugget that you got that you're actually in network marketing that you're actually implementing right now?
The networking. For real. Like, I mean, if you don't open your mouth and talk to people, nobody's going to know that you sell insurance. Nobody's going to know that you sell real estate. Nobody's going to know that you sell an amazing travel package or a potion, lotion. Nobody's going to know any of that unless you open your dang mouth. So you need to find ways. And, Facebook and Instagram, they give you one of the best platforms, and it's free to market yourself. Obviously you want to do it in a way that it's like, lifestyle, business, hobbies. You don't want to just like verbally vomit. All you're talking about is boom, boom, your deal. But that's a way to reach out to people. But you have to go find ways to meet new people. And we actually just implemented something into our real estate business to get more clients. And I'm required to create 2 new connections a week, that can go in my database. Just 2. I just need to meet 2 people anywhere in the country that I'm traveling, and I need to enter them into my database and find a way to stay in touch with them. Like How easy is that? Everybody can meet two people. You meet them at the grocery store, you meet them at the gym, you meet them, I don't know, out at the bar, you meet them having dinner, you grab coffee, like there's people everywhere. And everybody's like, I'm pretty sure after the last 2 years, everybody's dying to talk to somebody,
100%.
so find those people.
Well, that's funny. Just to put that in perspective, there's 52 weeks. You're adding 104 new people to your network. And how many of you guys in network marketing make a list of 100? Like Andrew, in 10 years, he's going to put 1,000 people into his network just by doing 2 a week.
Yep.
And honestly, that's doable. If you're looking at it, you're tracking it, and you're paying attention to what you're doing, and you have a goal like knock it off. It's like that kind of stuff's going to happen. That stuff's going to happen all the time.
Yeah, and it happens organically. You go to your kid's softball game, all the parents are sitting on one side talking to each other. Hey, I actually send out a weekly newsletter that gives stats on your local real estate market. Do you mind if I add you to it? I just need your full name and email.
Right, and you're providing value.
Yeah, because people want to know what their market's doing, what their house, what their neighborhood's doing, and it's free to them. I didn't ask them for their phone number. I would get the phone number if you can, but I just asked them, stay in touch through email. So super easy.
So that being said, this is for marketing and network marketing and affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
But how important do you think, just that mindset to add 2 people? Because everyone's like, make 2 exposures a day, which is a lot of exposures, and people get overwhelmed. And then they're just kind of throwing that out there. Like in network marketing, would you say maybe 6 to 10 exposures a week, or new people? Or
so where I think there's what we learned, there's different types of personalities. So everybody's going to have to work their way up to their comfort level, right? That I see all these real estate coaches, network marketing coaches, blah, 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 and they have a one size fits all type coaching program. I'm like, dang, dude, how? And then they go and talk about the different personalities you're supposed to talk to. For me, that doesn't jive. You're like, all right, you're telling an introvert person that they have to go automatically from introvert to extrovert and add 90 people in their first 90 days. No, how about you give them a plan, a roadmap to get them out of their comfort zone, rather than telling them this is what they need to do. Yes, I know momentum builds companies and teams and all that stuff. I get that. But it drives more people away than it does in. That's why the attrition rate sucks in all industries. I feel like that have a sales or a recruiting background. Now, I love sales. I love recruiting. So I'm not knocking it, right? I'm just saying, I watch and this is going to be a little bit off the recruiting side, but I see these real estate coaches, there's one that particular who knocks Tom Ferry all the time because Tom Ferry says, go buy leads, but he's only promoting what worked for him. Not everybody wants to get on the phones and do cold calls with people. There's 1,000 ways to create business in real estate. If people have the money to buy leads and generate leads and fill up their pipeline that way, teach them how to do that. So one size doesn't fit all in any industry. So
right,
I know I kind of went on a rant, but it's I kind of went on a rant, but it's been a passion of mine. It's like when I see these people, I'm like, dang, they're so arrogant and stupid, so
right.
But
well, and some some coaches, some network marketing coaches will say, go buy leads to get tough skin, go buy leads to do this, go buy leads to get as many leads as you can. And I've done that before, and those recycled leads are horrible. I mean, they're scary, but you do pick up some skin, and you kind of do rhino skin, and then you kind of get that. But that, honestly, like what you said, that could knock an introvert right out of the industry like that, super fast.
Yep. But yeah. I mean, the industry overall, network marketing, real estate, they're both really, really exciting industries if you let them be exciting, right? If you just kind of figure out your way of doing stuff, definitely listen to the people that have done it. but you got to figure out what your passion is, you know, and then obviously the why and all that, that stuff. So.
Yeah, I was at an event not too long ago, and they said, find a niche so small that you're the only one that fits there.
Yeah, you have to stand out nowadays. Everybody's doing everything with Google, Facebook. Everybody's doing the same stuff. They have the same offering, right? So you just have to find something. And I was just at an event, you know, you have to add value and just give somebody an offer they cannot refuse, right? Whether that's like if their home inspection, you know, give them a 10% at closing to help out with closing costs, you know, or if it's like buy one membership, get one free type deal, you know, like friends and family type deal. So you got to like figure out what's going to attract people. So.
Right. And I like what you said, like you literally do a newsletter about the market in that area. And that's such an easy give. But now they're on your list. Now they're going to at least get 12 emails every single year from you. And guess what? I always say this, like when people use email the reverse way, like when they're like looking for real estate, they'll type in like in their inbox, like real estate, and then boom, guess who comes up? You, because you got 12 touches every single time. Like that's
actually 52. I send one out a week, and we focus on the market. We focus on activities that are happening there to help people get out with their families. You know, like for St. Patty's Day, we picked the top 4 restaurants in the area that had St. Patty's Day, shepherd's pie, green beer, you know, get their families out in the community doing stuff instead of just real estate, right? So 52, we send one out every week. And then I've gotten 3 referrals off it. I just sold a house to a guy. He was like, dude, I forgot you did real estate. What reminded me was that weekly newsletter. I'm like, awesome, it works. And then he just sent me his neighbor client. So there's it can 10x your business. So
100%. I'm going to actually go into a couple of these questions that I got here. What's the number one paid resource or service or tool that you think entrepreneurs, marketers, or realtors should use, and why?
There's a lot of them. Like, I mean, paid services. I think there's RedX, you know, that's a dialer. You know, you can get FSBOs expireds through that. You can do geo leads, which just means you can pick out a market, call 100 plus houses, homes a day, and just kind of give them very like, hey, I'm your local realtor, just sold a property in your neighborhood, anything I could do for you. There's that. Number one, that's hard though, because I do a lot, right? Like I send out a weekly newsletter with constant contacts. We have a dialer through RedX. I pay for Google local services. We run Facebook ads. We send postcards. But I think the number one paid in anything that has a client, right? Like real estate, insurance, is client nurture stuff. Send them gifts. We send them gifts every 3 months. So for 2 years, they get a gift from me. And it starts with brownies. Hey, you know, congrats on the house. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Next month, or the 3rd month, they get a gift card from me. The 3rd month, they get another gift card. I had a year, they get a water bottle. You know, like client nurture, anything that's going to keep you top of mind. And all my gifts always ask them for a referral and ask them to post on social media and tag me.
So the number one thing is like, be present, be omnipresent, be everywhere. And then what I'd say, like what you just said was, you know, Grant Cardone says it best, like, hey, for the second money. Because like the second money is what, you know, when they're going to go buy something, buy again, upgrade, do whatever they're going to do, they're going to call you first. Because, you know, let's just say they stayed in their house for 5 years. You got 10 touches a year. No. You got 6 touches a year. That's 30 touches in 5 years. So they're going to know who you are, and they're going to share that with a lot of people. So that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, they post all the time. Like, we love our realtor. He sent us his gift card, got us out of the house. We took a movie night, you know, stuff like that. And it's not about like getting like the recognition. It definitely, I like it, right? Because for one, I want to know if it's working. If it doesn't work, then I need to change it. But if just to get a text from a client or a message saying, hey, this helped us, forced us to take a movie night without the kids. We got a sitter. Our movie night was paid for by our realtor. That's what really it's all about. All the other stuff is just, fluff and the sprinkles on top, right? So
Right. It's funny because a lot of times when we do those gifts and we do those things, like the response from the client is really one of those things that is mind blowing for us. I mean, we take it as like, that's amazing. Like when I travel and I traveled somewhere where I have a client, because I have clients everywhere now. When I travel and I have a client and they're like, hey, will you like have coffee with me and meet with me? They don't understand like how awesome that makes me feel, because they're my client, but they're like, hey, will you come meet with me, just because I want to like actually meet you and not online. So it does so much for us more than anything.
yeah, I agree 100%. I love it too. It definitely, there's been times in my business that I've been, self-centered, right? It's been about me, or it's been about the transaction, or it's been about the money. But when it's not, and it starts being about the client and the relationship and stuff like that, man, feels like 10 times better, right? Instead of that instant microwave feeling of like money or self-gratification or, stuff like that. I mean, self-love is important, but there's a line between self-love and arrogance and greed, right? So,
Right.
yeah.
100%. Yeah. And it's amazing when you're like, even in network marketing, it's like, I want to help so many people. I want to help so many people. But I always tell my kids is like, be like the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan went out and helped people. But the reason why he went out and helped people is because he had his own stuff in order.
Yeah.
To be able to give that, to be able to give what
Yeah.
he needed. Call me when you have a problem, because I'm already taken care of. I'm not robbing Peter to pay Paul to help you.
Yep.
Like I have that taken care of.
Yep. I agree. I like it.
So I'm excited about like so you just signed up for a huge thing with Tony Robbins. So I'm gonna ask right now, a year from now, we're gonna get on another interview and we're just gonna see like the change of what happened. And then the second thing I want to talk about is like, tell me about this book, man. I'm super excited because tell me about this book. It's not launched yet, or it's ready, but it's not like done. But the audience, I believe, will get a lot from your book. So tell me a little about the book.
Yeah, I'm going to start with question one. So I've never been to a Tony Robbins event, right? And, he's like the master of all masters, right? There's a lot of impersonators out there. There's a lot of people that take his stuff, right? But I'm not knocking take people's stuff, right? Everybody has to learn from somebody. So information has to come from somewhere. But the messenger has a lot to do with the message, right? And the way he delivers the message, I don't give a crap who you are. Nobody does it like him, right? So we go to Unleash the Power Within. I actually left EXPCon a day or 2 days, 2.5 days early, just so I could go to that. I gave up $2,000 in my Icon stock award, but I know he's only going to be giving back to people, throwing these events for so long. He's 62 or 63. Mm-hmm. It's insane. And still jumping up and down. And dude is amazing. Incredible. Yeah. So I was there, right? And I'm like, man, and when you're there, you're definitely, your emotions are going, right? And you're hyped. And, obviously they're giving you offers. They're trying to sell more of their program. But I feel like this guy's the best in the world at what he does. He's talked to so many different people, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go all in. I had some really big goals this year. My team has some really big goals. Probably stuff I haven't even thought of is going to happen. And I need to prepare myself. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm at Unleash Power Within. They throw up an offer where you can get the business mastery and the life mastery. And I'm like, all right, I just bought them all, right? So I'm going to Date with Destiny. It's a virtual event, but it's the 2nd through the 7th of December. And then the business mastery is in January. And then I'm going to Fiji to his life and wealth mastery, which is like a detox slash, overcome some fears, some adventure stuff. And then some really supposed to be really good wealth knowledge that they're going to like give like some tips and tricks, what to do with money, what investments, stuff like that. And then I get like 12 coaching sessions with the business coach and the life and wealth coaches. So I'm super excited about that. And then we have 2 tickets each to the Unleash the Power Within in November. That we actually, my concierge with Tony Robbins said they could help us get a discount for our whole team. So we're trying to put that together too. But I'm super excited about it. I'm just ready to take 2021, which 2021, I made a little bit more than 2020 in real estate. But in 2021, I have like 5-6 other businesses that I've been doing. Like we got a mortgage company coming out. We have, like I said, the book is coming out. It's called The Grind. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I just want to make sure that I'm set up to support the people that I'm trying to take with me or to come with me, right? Because if I'm not there, you just talked about it, right? If we're not there, how can we give? So I need to get my house in order. And there's a lot of stuff, I'm a little rough around the edges. But so I'm super excited about it. And I figured I could have spaced them out, but I wanted to get everything done in the first by by June, I'll have everything done and I'll be able to have it hopefully packaged up and just pour into as many people as possible. So as far as the book is called The Grind. So there's a lot of like life lessons that I put myself in. Like growing up, I went to juvie. I stole a bunch of money from parents, stuff like that. I was wilding out, doing drugs, blah, 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 all this stuff. So I talk about that. I talk about the $200,000 debt in real estate debt I was in. Talk about some of the military trials, tribulations, how it wasn't really fulfilling me, what I had to do, and kind of what we talked about at the beginning. So I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to be launching that. The final is done. So I'm going to be giving 100 to 125 copies away basically for free. You just have to pay for shipping. I just got to figure out the shipping costs and all that. And that will be on my Instagram at Andrew M. Vose. And I'll have the link up there. I'll also have it on my Facebook. And then I'll have a portal and everything. So super excited to just hopefully, just touch 1 or 2 people with the book, right? Like just say like some aha moments, like 1 or 2 nuggets is good, right?
That's going to be huge. That's going to be amazing. And I want to touch on 2 things. And sometimes people they're like when they're at an event, they're like, I can't spend that much money, or I can't do that, or that doesn't make a lot of sense, or that's not going to get me what I need. And what I found is the network that you go and add the 2 people, add the 2 more people, add the 2 more people. Every time you're adding those people, because those people are spenders and learners. And those are the people you want to be around. And then, with your book, man, The Grind. So I'm going to put all of that information in the show notes, guys. So you'll be able to click on the show notes and, be friends with Andrew on Facebook and on Instagram. And then when the book drops, we'll probably send that out to the list. So that way you guys all get information when the book drops, because the grind is important. Because here's the thing. One of my mentors told me this: dream, struggle, victory. And if you literally listen to the story that Andrew's talking about, the dream is at the end, or kind of at the end, but the struggle and the vulnerability and the things that he's gone through, all he wants to do is touch one person that says, you know what, that's me, or that's right. And if I can see what Andrew did and how he overcame it, like I always talk about the dream, struggle, victory, like people only care about the last 10% of the struggle and the first 10% of the victory. That basically is how I got to where I am now. If he can just help 1 to 2 people with that book, he'll be blessed, and it'll be exactly what he's looking for. So I'm going to definitely share that with you guys all in the audience. So we'll set that up so you guys can get a copy, because I know it's going to be something that's amazing. Here's my last question. I always ask this question to everybody. So I want you to think kind of big, like a couple years down the road. You've been through Tony Robbins. Your team is crushing it. You're, I don't know what the role is, like super icon or whatever it is. Like you're walking on the stages and you're doing that. So it's Sunday afternoon, and we've been in an event where Mark Aceta always comes in on Sunday afternoon, and he's like the keynote speaker. Like he's the one that is like in front of the poster. Like he's the one that everyone comes to see. Like last person, like Les Brown's coming, this person's coming. It's like, oh, I gotta go now. But that's you. And it's Sunday afternoon, 100,000 people in the stadium. You deliver your chat, you deliver your talk. People stand up, they turn around. As they're walking out the doors, there's a banner and it's like epic this or whatever this, but your face is right there. You're the guy that's like standing at the top. What's the one thing or phrase that you want everyone to be, as they're turning around, walking out the door, the one thing or the one phrase that you want them to remember Andrew Voss by?
Well, I wanted to say on there, me fucking too, because I want them to understand that I'm not better than nobody. Nobody's better than anybody, right? Everybody started from the bottom. Now you're here, right? Everybody freaking started there. Yeah. Everybody started somewhere, and I'm nowhere near the top yet, right? So, and I'll definitely, I just want everybody to know, like, me too, right? I can do it too. If he can do it, if she can do it, we all can do it, right? So I just want them to be like, leave that room, leave that talk with, like, they always say, oh, go, like, you could run through a brick wall. Well, that's stupid. Don't run into a brick wall, because you ain't going through it, right? But if you figure a way over, around, or above, right, that's like strategically better than knocking your head against a brick wall, right? So, and that's kind of what I had to do. I just had to navigate, like, okay, I'm $200,000 in debt. I owe my mom money because she helped invest in me. How do I navigate through this? Do I just keep doing what's hard? Or do I try to take a step back? And that's what I did. Is I took a job away from my daughter for 4 years, which was paying me good, almost $100,000 a year. If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have started climbing out of that $200,000 in debt if I was just trying to do that. So I had to take a strategic pause, take a step back. But moving out to Colorado was the best thing that ever happened to me, because it got me into real estate, right? But if I would have just stayed there and went and got a bartending job or a crappy job and just struggled financially, that's why would I run into that brick wall, right? Why didn't I just, right? So just me too. Or me fuck it too, if we can put cuss words up there.
We can do it.
Yeah. So hopefully that answered the question. But
100%, man, Andrew, I'm super excited for your book. I'm super excited for 365 days from now. Actually, literally, I'm gonna stay connected, but I'm gonna reach out to you, in June for sure. Like when you come back and you're literally floating on Tony Robbins high, like I'm gonna be like, bro, tell me about what's going on, blah blah blah. Where's it at? So, guys, Andrew, I'm super awesome that you came by, spent some time with me. We'll definitely stay connected. So, here's what I'm gonna say, guys. The Grind is the book that's coming out, and I'm gonna put the information in the show notes. If you guys are part of our email campaigns, you're going to get emails when that book launches. And I'm just excited because me too, or me effing too, or me fucking too, that could be you 24, 48, 1 year, 365 days from now. That could be you. One shift in your thinking could change that. So I would suggest get the book and get that dialed in. So Andrew, thank you for your time, man. Thank you for all of this. You dropped nugget bombs. You dropped everything that was amazing. So, guys, last thing I'd say is Make sure you listen to the full outro, check out the show notes, and I'll see you on the next episode of Burn Phone Marketing Radio.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your listenership and your continued support of Burn Phone Marketing Radio. This is Eric Sablon, and as a bonus to you, I wanted to give you guys a free strategy session with me. All you have to do is go to www.burnphonemarketing.com/book a call, and we will set up a strategy session to help you get unstuck. So that's www.burnphonemarketing.com/book a call.